Welcome back. We will be looking at another model of multiple organization partnerships, that is strategic alliance. It's a fairly straightforward one in contrast to JVs. It's that you do work with another company or multiple companies, but you don't set up a different business entity. There's no legal entity. So what does this do? It's a simple partnership. It's something that happens under verbal agreement, or just a basic. There's no maybe a simple contract or set of terms that you agree to get to a certain objective. This is not really suitable for mega matters. It's fine, it's suitable for simple projects, but if they have like serious implications to your top line, bottom line, to your asset base, to your ROCE, your investment portfolio, etc., then strategic alliance might not be good, because if something goes wrong, you don't have really the necessary precautions and the necessary defenses to make sure that everything goes your way, or you don't even have a way to, if you are at a loss, you don't even have a way to recover it if you don't have a clear cut agreement. What JV does is bring that sort of bureaucratic but beneficial defense mechanisms for both the or multiple parties. Now, even though strategic alliances makes things easy from that legal standpoint, because you're not establishing a company, there are inherent issues, because it's just something verbal. So maybe your directors met, sure, they agree, they know each other, they are friends, but the teams who are actually working together, I've actually seen this in my life. The teams who are working together, because the directors will come back to their own companies and send other people, they're not going to do the work, and those instructions will be given. And then when the teams actually have to work, maybe miscommunications, misunderstandings, lack of commitment, etc., can be an issue. In addition to that, there are definitely concerns with respect to privacy, because you don't have a proper agreement. You don't know to what level you will be exposed, what kind of business secrets could be taken away from you by observing, by working. Maybe and you don't really know whether the strategic alliance, whether the other party agreed to the strategic alliance purely just to get an insider view of how you work and things like that, to pick up some strategies, or etc. So these are the concerns, but this is definitely one option. So you have to have the ability to assess a situation and decide whether a JV is too far troublesome to establish in that at that, and then if that is the case, then you can look at things like strategic alliances. Now, of course, I want to like quickly mention at this stage that there are other forms of setting up partnerships, especially very commonly licensing and franchising arrangements. So they also fall uh, in some way or form under JV agreements, joint venture partnerships, or strategic alliances, depending on the kind of legal agreement, legal understanding that you have. But keep those words in mind as well, especially if you are trying to in cases where you have a good product and you want to like sell it elsewhere, or you want to do B2B business instead of B2C alone. You want to sell it to businesses, and then they will sell it to consumers. So if you're really looking at that sort of thing, licensing, franchising arrangements are really good. Mergers and acquisitions are another kind of partnerships. Again, I would say merger is an evolved and a more straightforward form of joint venture, because you're just instead of setting up another company with shared ownership, you're just getting to share each other, right? You merge or acquire and absorb that operation into yours. So there are all these options for you to consider. Make sure that you have a clear understanding. um, we will be looking at supply chains next.